Alright everybody, today I will review for you, which I know there's plenty out there, but it is the Kick 2 by Evolv Vape. It has evolvvape.com. I'll put their link in the description. I got this off of myvaporstore.com and it was $40, $45, it's 45 something, let's check it again, $45 plus, shipping, whatever. So this is off myvaporstore.com. That was their price. I know other vendors might vary or be the same. The Kick 2. I'm using a Magneto with a 1.1 ohm coil that's used as a test base. This is the regular. Okay, this is without a kick. So let's see how much of a difference this thing makes. As you see, I'm already getting it. Yeah, I go W4. Believe me, I'm going to give you one about this later. My thoughts on this thing. Okay, let's go ahead and put the kick in here. Well, I'll show you a good view of the kick first. Swap things around a little bit. And go ahead and open the nice fancy little box. Will you marry me? Yep, here it is. It's labeled on top of the chip too. The Evolv Kick 2 is labeled on top of the chip. Well, you're gonna see that. Evolv 2 Kick. There it is. It's just pretty much turn your mechanical mod into a variable voltage by adjusting the little screw on here. Which left, I believe, would be all the way down, and all the way right, I think, is all the way up to 15 watts. It's, I can't remember what this thing was. I think it's 5 to 15. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I could just click on the site and look it up, couldn't I? Yeah, 5 to 15 watts. Output voltage 2 to 6.3. Output current 6 amps. Added resistance of 0.5 ohms to 3.3. So for you guys that want to go to sub ohm at 0.5, you're going to get 15 watts. Field of Vapor did a good review on this as well, where he boxed it. I just wanted that I may be confident buying this. I'll go ahead and link his channel down here and check out his videos. He has some good reviews. It's fair. He has scoped the kick, and yet it was outputting at 15 no matter what he had on it. So here's now the kick. Just a little more juice on it, just to be safe. I don't want to taste burnt cotton. Here's with the Kick 2. See, it's going to take a second to fire. Oh my god, I think it is good putting out more though. It takes a second to fire because it's not straight through the battery now. You're running it through the chip. To me, that feels like it's putting out more vapor. It feels like it's hitting harder. It really feels like it's hitting harder. Flip it out there. Let's go ahead and do another one without the kick. Another hit without the kick. So that's without the kick. I'm trying to kind of counting in my head too to try and get the same amount of time. So that's without kick. Then installing it. If we're going to install it from the top, it's got these 2 pins here, 2 pins on the front that you'd have to press and fit into the tube. It's probably easier to do it from the bottom, but from the top you gotta push those little pins in. I'm sure I'll get better doing stuff like that on cam. Okay, now I'm gonna try and do the same count. Try to add a little bit of juice onto it. Trying not to make my reviews long and boring either, but okay, so it's on there. I'm gonna try and do about the same kind of 5 count in my head. Oh, that was a little dry at the end of that one. Should have used a little more. I have to say, I think it's a good buy. Because I know there's some things I like to run, like 15 watts, do things like that. If I'm not doing, a 0.2 ohm or something. I say if you don't want to buy a bunch of 30 amp batteries and you still want to do a sub ohm and do some sort of clouds, I believe you could do it with this. I mean, I'm sure I'll have a follow-up review on this thing in a week or two once I've really got to use it a good bit. But initially, I am happy with the investment. It seemed to work very well. It's power, like it says on it. Oh, it says on it. 5 to 15 watt power regulated module. Made in Ohio. Made in the USA too. It's another good thing I like about it. That is the Kick 2 from Evolv. I have all the links in the description. And yeah. I'm putting it back in. Because yeah, I enjoyed that one. I have to say I really enjoyed that one. Here, let's go ahead and put it into the tube from the bottom. Just show you that. Alright, so there's your tube. You're going to take those little pins. This is always going to be at the top. Take those little pins there, push it in, push it up, push it in, and then you can just take your battery. I've got 18350 here, and go ahead. I'm just going to put that in there in the base. Make sure I got the right direction. Just going to screw it up because it's going to move up the tube freely. I'll go ahead and put my top on. I'm just going to tighten it baby down. And you know what, I'm going to go ahead and cheat and put one of my little straight VG shots in it. It'll make it probably look a little more dramatic than it really needs to be, but make sure that sucker's tight. There we go. But yeah, I'm impressed. It definitely is hitting a little harder, but that was my Kick 2. I would highly recommend it, and vape on.